be honest, it hasn't all been plain sailing, but...
Legend.
You have to say, and even as a Chelsea fan, I'm struggling with gritted teeth to say how well he has done. I'm going to call Benty out in a second for something he said. Did you say it live or was it in the ad break?
I've said I want Potter to succeed.
Okay, we'll have that conversation in a second, right? Arsenal take a West Ham live here on talkSPORT on Boxing Day at 8 o'clock. And don't forget, every single game, the Boxing Day fixtures on the 26th and the 27th will be alive at the talkSPORT network every single game, and you'll be able to react to that on Boxing Day on the Sports Bar at 10 o'clock. Now, in the before we went to the break at the news at 5 o'clock, Benty said that he wants Graeme Potter, to succeed at Chelsea, and I'm like, no, you don't.
No,
you don't.
I want him to do as himself.
No,
personally.
you don't.
I do.
No, you don't, Benty. You want him to fail.
I don't want him to fail.
Well, I want Arteta to fail.
That's fair, but that's
why is that fair? Why is it fair for you? How does that work? Why would I want Arteta to succeed?
Well, no, but I want Graeme Potter to succeed, not for Chelsea. No, just because for young English coaches, managers.
You couldn't care what nationality. What about young Spanish coaches? No, I couldn't care less about.
No, but we don't see young English managers get this type of opportunity at a club like Chelsea.
Yeah. Why do you want him to succeed?
I want him to do well. That might open the door for more young English coaches to come through.
What do you mean more?
I'm looking at the bigger picture.
If Potter gets sacked in February, will you care?
For him personally, that would have meant he failed.
And you want him to succeed.
Yeah.
What does success look like for Potter?
So basically to win something, a competition that Arsenal not in.
So what are you going to give Chelsea this season? What do you want Chelsea to...
What are Chelsea and Arsenal not?
We need top four, right?
Yeah.
We need top four.
So as long as that's not at the detriment of Arsenal, then okay, fair enough, get in the top four. Doesn't bother me. I told you...
I don't believe you.
It's been ingrained with me since I was like 1 year old with my father.
Yes, I know, and your dad's a Chelsea fan. I get that, but you don't want.
I've got no issues with. I want Potter to do really well at Chelsea.
Win the Premier League?
No, because Arsenal.
Win the Champions League?
Arsenal not
next season Champions League.
No, because Arsenal will be in it.
Okay, next season.
This season, yeah. I want to win this year.
So this season because Arsenal.
Yeah.
So next season you want them to fail, but this season's okay.
Second failure for Chelsea. Second,
not this season. No, second will be a success.
No, next season.
No, it depends. Depends who you bring in.
I just want him to do well.
Why do you want? I don't get that. I don't get it.
You want everyone else to fail.
Everyone else to fail. I want everyone else to finish outside the top four. Everyone. Yes, that's the way it should be. But let's talk about Arteta. He has done, and I have to say, Arsenal. There's a different look about Arsenal, Benty. I go back to when Wenger back in early 2000s.
Yeah,
Vieira. Petit in there, maybe Miss Petit in there, but Sol Campbell,
Gilberto,
Perez,
Lundberg, Thierry, Bergkamp.
But we're talking about physically big boys,
monsters,
right? Now there was a period where Arsenal went through. You could bully Arsenal.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
You could watch it happen in front of your eyes. Wenger's Arsenal became weak, but this Arteta side seems to have got that balance between playing a lovely brand of football, but physically, and you can't bully them at the minute, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
don't like it, Benty.
They're playing really well. You're right. He's completely changed the attitude, and it was quite good to watch that documentary because there were parts in there. Certainly, because Arteta in his short managerial role at Arsenal has had to deal with an awful lot. You talk about what some of the characters he's had to deal with, the likes of Aubameyang, for instance, where he's gone to the owners. You can see it in the documentary about letting him go, and even the owners are like, "I don't think we can let him go. It's not the right decision." And Arteta's like, "No, we have to let him go for the good of the team." That looks to be a positive decision. He had the whole Ozil situation to deal with. I think it didn't help him, even though it looks fantastic on a CV. He got success really early by winning that FA Cup. Yeah. But it was the manner that he won the FA Cup. Because the moment you beat Manchester City in a semi-final and Chelsea in the final in an FA Cup, the expectations go up there. But you look at some of the finishes that Arsenal have had. I mean, 8th his first season, 8th again, 5th, and now they're currently 1st. Last season was disappointing. I wouldn't say... A lot of people tried to say it was failure because of where they were, but when you come from 8th... To finish in the top 4, it was difficult. But there were games that just killed him last season. Southampton, Brighton, Palace, that little period in the middle, right in the middle. And then Newcastle and Spurs absolutely killed off the top 4 chances. But you're right. When you look at Arsenal this season, I think it's helped with some of the signings. Gabriel Jesus, who's going to be a big miss. You can't hide the fact. I think Fabio Vieira's coming down a bit. Zinchenko, incredible. Saliba coming back from loan. There really seems to be this real... not even so much anticipation, but it's a real aggression and this real determination to do something special this season because they're there at the top of the table, and there was a period where people said, yeah, but they haven't played anyone. They played Tottenham. They played Liverpool.
Well, October was massive. I think it was 9 games in October.
It was,
You had My Mob. There were some big, tough games there. And I'm thinking, we'll know more about Arsenal when they come out of October.
Yeah.
And we found out, actually, they are a resilient side. They are a side that's there. They're there for the long haul. They are a challenge. There's no two ways about it. This is a side that is challenging for the Premier League right now. And I think another thing about Arsenal, which I kind of have to admire, is that he's playing players and he's getting their positions right. For example, Ben White at right back. Who saw that 6 months ago?
No
one, right? Who saw that?
I thought that was Tommy Asu's.
Right. Tommy Asu at left back.
Yeah.
You got Gabriel and Saliba. Saliba's been outrageous,
I think that has been a bonus.
There's been a bit of good fortune because Saliba has come into this player now.
And I didn't know he was at that level.
But credit Arteta for saying, do you know what? We're going to play you. And he stuck those two together.
He came back and it was almost like the very first game of the season against Palace. We was there live and I thought, who is this? Like, I knew obviously of him and how good he was last season.
He went alone in France.
He was brilliant in France last year. Got in the team of the season. But when you look at the level that he's playing at now, you think Arteta almost must think to himself, "Wow!" Like so that's why Ben White has ended up playing at right back. But then he's done really well. He's excelled at right back.
You've got Ben White at right back, Tommy at left back.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned Zinchenko. Big fan of Zinchenko.
Yeah.
Arsenal's best 11. Does he get in there at the minute?
I think Zinchenko does. Just because
ahead of Tommy Asu.
Yes, because of this inverted.
Tierney. What about Tierney?
He doesn't play. But the thing is, though, last season Arsenal were too reliant on Tierney. This season now, because of the inverted fullbacks that come inside and play, Zinchenko's more comfortable at going in, a bit like what Pep does. They go in there and almost play centre midfield, overload that midfield role.
They do.
But for me, the key for Arsenal is Thomas Partey.
He's been brilliant.
If he can stay fit, that gives everyone else the licence. Xhaka, Odegaard to go on. But Thomas Partey, and I've said it, he is Arsenal's most important player this season. He is massive. If he can stay fit, Arsenal have got a great chance.
So Jesus, his goals have dried up a little bit, but that's not to really. That's kind of one part of his game. Actually, what he gave Arsenal was that intensity, and him being an absolute nuisance and a threat up top, holding up, bringing players in. Now, what do? Do they go out and buy, or do they go and get someone on loan? What's the? Because there's a number of teams, Chelsea in the same position. Because we had Brozier just pick up an injury. He's out for the rest of the season.
I think they're going to have to. I mean, Eddie Nketiah.
What, buy or loan?
They have to buy somebody, I think. Eddie Nketiah has got to step up again. He stepped up the back end of last season, but this is pressure situation. Arsenal currently top 5 points at the top, clear. I think he's got to go in there. He's got to get the right balance around him. He's got to score the goals. Because you're right, Gabriel Jesus just wasn't about his goals. The press, the energy the intelligence that he used to press with. I think Nketiah's got a big job. I think he could do it. I think he could score the goals, but I don't think you could rely solely on Eddie Nketiah. I think you're going to have to go and get someone else in.
Goodness, love to hear your thoughts on that. 03717223344. 3 years of Arteta. And to be honest with you, I reckon the first 18 months, actually Arsenal fans were phoning up talkSPORT and the Sports Bar. Arteta out. I've seen enough. You heard Simon Jordan there saying it's a question of when. There was a period there where he probably had 2 or 3 games left. The results weren't going well.
Do you know what? I don't know if he did. I honestly look at it, and Arsenal have looked at this and probably gone, we need a bit of stability. We had Wenger, and that was Arsenal's greatest years when we had a manager that was there for so long. Maybe Wenger was there for too long.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair.
When you look at Arteta, there's no point hiring and firing. I feel sorry for Unai Emery. I'm a big fan of Unai Emery, but I think he simply got to Arsenal at the wrong time.
Well, it's coming in after the big end, right?
Exactly.
It's a little bit like David Moyes.
Exactly. So I just don't think the timing was right. But with Arteta, it's almost like they've gone right. Let him do what he wants to do. He got success early. Let him make some of the decisions, and we'll see where we are in 4 or 5 years' time. And right now, Arsenal, I would say, are ahead of schedule to where they probably thought they'd be.
It's true. It just depends now, that squad of players, that we know the depth and the quality in that squad isn't quite of the levels of City. Whose is? Whose is, by the way. No, that's not a criticism. No. It's just an observation. But you just wonder, Benty, whether over the Carabao Cup is coming in, then we got FA Cup, then the league comes back, and then all of a sudden those players that have been away, and then Europe returns. So there's...
Well, Arsenal got West Ham at home, Brighton away, Newcastle at home. 3 massive games. Massive. If you get out there with 6 points, not even 6 points really. Arsenal should be looking for more than that.
7? Who was 7 points? Unbeaten?
9.
No.
I want 3 wins.
These goons are getting way too cocky.
But no.
9?
Well, should we beat West Ham at home? Yes.
Yeah.
Brighton away, tough game. Arsenal will struggle down there. But, okay, maybe a point.
You a bit cocky?
Newcastle at home.
Yeah, a bit cocky.
No, Newcastle at home?
Okay, what?
Arsenal should win. No?
Way too cocky, these guys. Where have you been since 2004?
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.